Hey Pups, is my dog here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw a tentacle. Now this is not an in-depth tutorial, so I'm not going to go over shading and coloring and all that stuff. I want to keep this as open as possible because I understand that everybody has their own style. I'm just going to give you some basic tips on how to draw tentacles more realistically and just make them look better overall. The first thing that you want to do when it comes to drawing a tentacle is, of course, the basic shape. So I will recommend that you look at a reference, because even someone like me who has drawn them a lot, I can really benefit from using a reference. Now you don't have to draw it line for line, but just something to look at and pull from. So the basic shape, you never want to do a straight line unless it's like for comical effect. Like a tentacle does not look like that. They always have some kind of curve, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter how you make this curve because you can always fix it later. You can sketch it or you can just do it in one fell swoop. Long story short, you want to start with a curve. Now, once you have this curve, the next thing you need to think about is what kind of tentacle do you want to draw? Do you want it to be thin all the way? Do you want it to be thin at the tip and go wider? Do you want it to be wide the whole way? These are just things you gotta think about. Once you figure out what kind of tentacle you want to do, you have this curve. You're gonna start at the end of that curve, or your line, however far it extends, and draw back from that. Now the one tip I'm going to give you here, the thickness is not really important. The big part is that you want the second line you draw to match up with the first line you drew. Like this, as long as the shape is relatively the same, it doesn't matter if it's this far apart or this far apart, it just has the same shape. If you don't do that though, you can have this really pretty looking curve and have a tentacle that looks like this. If that's what you're going for, more power to you, but generally that's not what looks good. Once again, this can be a tactic for any tentacle shape, like it curves over on itself, still use the same principle. Draw one line and draw the other line. And then, hey, if you don't get it right the first time, you have an eraser. You have an undo button. You can just do it again. It's not a big deal. Art's art. Now that we have this basic shape, one important aspect of a tentacle is the fact that it has suckers. Assuming that this tentacle here is being viewed at from the side, a sucker is generally gonna be a squarish shape. Like it goes down, it's either flat or has a little bit of roundness, that's up to you. But just think of the basic shape as like a half box. And then as you get closer to the tip, these boxes get smaller. Now, I didn't do it on this drawing, but typically I would say to draw the suckers on another layer, if you're assuming you're doing this digitally, of course, and then erasing that first line when you're done, and then you're left with this nice tentacle sucker shape. Now that's from the side. It doesn't look bad. And then if you wanted to add a little extra, you could, do like a little circle on the bottom to add a little something to it. It's all creative. It's up to you. What about if you have the tentacle curving around? The suckers are going to twist with it. And so on an octopus tentacle, there's typically 2 rows of suckers, and it looks almost like a perfect line going between them. And that line is what we're going to draw. If I want the suckers to start toward me, they're gonna wrap to the back and come back to the front. This is just very general, of course. So this is my line of reference. I'll make it a little transparent. So at the top of your tentacle, your suckers, I would just start with a basic circle or oval shape. They're gonna follow that line. And for now, just do the ones that are on the shape, and then I'll show you how to show more of the curvature effect in a bit. So these tentacle suckers are going behind, so you're not going to see them, but then as they come back around, you are, and they're still going to progressively get smaller. It doesn't really look the best, but you can kind of get the feel that it's trying to turn. To fix it to where it looks a little bit more like it's turning is this side over here, wherever the tentacles would be the suckers would be sideways. Just erase that part. And then the suckers are actually going to come off the tentacle. And you know, they're going to get thinner because perspective. It didn't really do that the best there. And then they're eventually going to look like the ones we drew from the side and then go back around. And you're going to do the same thing for when they start to loop around again. Normally I would spend a lot more time making these look good. But I hope that you get the gist, that the suckers are going to come off the tentacle. They aren't like super flat. Another thing you can do is go around these circles and add little lines to hammer in the fact that these are raised up. They're not just patterns stuck on the tentacle. Another thing is maybe to do like another circle inside. It's something very easy you can do that adds a little bit of extra detail. Now, you see that the suckers are looking good, but the shape is kind of suffering a little bit. So, any spot that's too close to the tentacle, the suckers, I mean, I keep getting that word mixed up. You know, make it a little wider. Play around with it. Another thing that I like to do is a little bit above the suckers, I like to draw this little line. And what this line is it kind of denotes the bottom from the top. And it can also add some twisting effect. The top is a much better example. The bottom kind of got a little warbled around. But of course you can play with this. Like you can make the suckers farther apart from each other. You can make them smaller, bigger. This is just the general idea. Another really good question is, well, what if the tentacle's wrapping around something? After you have your reference, or you know, whatever your tentacle's gonna wrap around, you're going to do the exact same thing that I showed you first off, where you're just gonna draw a line. Now this line I would draw to the edge of your object of reference. What you're gonna do, let's assume that this is the top of the tentacle coming over the reference. You're going to see that, and then it's going to go back into this line. Now the important thing when you're doing this tactic is, where does it intersect? On this reference, we have an intersection here and here. That X is awful, but you get the gist. So you're gonna make this line collide with that point of crossing, and then you're gonna go up here to this intersection and draw that to come out. And I know this looks a little bit complicated, but it's just the same thing that we were doing before, where you're just following the general shape that you drew before and making the lines intersect edges of your reference. So then now that I drew that line, I'm going to go back to this intersection and draw that line. And, you know, just go back and forth until you reach the end. If this is the top and it goes behind the reference, you're not going to see that. It's going to be hidden by the reference. So you're going to erase that. And then it comes back in front of your reference. And then it goes back behind your reference, which means you would technically not see that part. Now you get this effect that it's wrapping around. Generally speaking, the suckers will be toward whatever object that the tentacle's wrapped around. But if you want to get fancy and draw the suckers on the outside, be my guest. Once again, these are not things you're gonna get right away. It takes a lot of practice. And you know, if you don't get, if you can't draw perfect tentacles right after watching this video, you need to keep working on it, take what I've shown you and run with it. The last thing I'm going to show you, which is more of a stylistic thing, it represents realistic tentacles a bit more. I'm going to have this, you know, your little curvy line. And then however you choose to do this, have some fun with the tip. You know, swoop it around, swoop it this way, swoop it that way. Whatever way you want. And this tip is going to be extremely thin. And then your tentacle's going to come out. So why I would suggest adding that little wisp to the end is because if you look at references of real tentacles, they have this. Like the tip gets very small. And it's very whip-like because, you know, it ain't got no bones. It's just a little floppy thing. That's really all the tips that I have for you today. I hope that it was helpful. So I have no idea what you're gonna use this tutorial for, but I'm not judging. Just go out there and have some fun with your tentacles.